Okay, ready? Are you guys ready? What's the first question?
Well, Jeffy was always a little different.
I think my overriding memory of Jeff was how we really liked him for the first 6 years. I mean, he was a good kid.
He was one ugly little critter. There's no doubt about that.
Pat, the only thing I can remember is he was extremely ugly.
I would have to say fun-loving.
Fun-loving.
Wonderful sense of humor.
Funny.
Funny, he was always laughing.
Funny.
With Jeff, over the top.
Larger than life.
Little shit.
Mischievous.
And I'd say loyal.
Loyal.
Earnest.
Devoted.
Spirited.
Always has a fighting spirit.
Personable.
Thoughtful.
Hardworking.
Charming, absolutely charming.
Irish.
Loud, proud, and damn, can he drink?
Well, I mean, the ultimate word, he's a Quinn, right? I mean, that's it. I mean, in my life, in terms of dealing with, big families, Catholic, Irish, you just say he's a Quinn, and that's it. I mean, it's a definition.
I have only really one word I can think of to describe Jeff. Porn star.
Porn star.
Porn star, obviously, that's top of the list.
The adult porn star.
Porn star.
Porn star.
Porn star.
Oh, without a doubt, porn star.
But I mean, he was always the instigator in it all. It was like, hey, let's do this. Or hey, let's do that. Next thing you know, you got your freaking clothes off and you got a dick in your ass or something like that. So,
Nice. When you say that, it just sounds so like.
well, it's true. That's why he's a porn star, gay porn. You didn't know that?
No.
Deliverance had been out a few years, and I was his Ned Beatty, and it was very humiliating, but it was always quite bigger than me, and well, you just had to do it, So that was my first, I go back to that, it was my first memory of Jeff. I'm sure it was all in good fun for him, but I've gotten over it, kind of, over the years.
But then another one of my first memories is watching the video of Jeff riding Scott around, and around a table, and Bill going, "Yeah, go, go." So it was awesome. It was awesome. It was really.
I remember today something that I forgot about a long time ago was when he was in high school and he got on top of my car in the hood, and I freaking started zipping around and I freaking chunked him off, just fucked him all up. And I felt so bad after that.
I don't, I'm trying to think of a story. I mean, there's the time he rode on the hood of a car and got thrown off at Rocker's parking lot and ended up at the ER. There's a great time when he had a small business for a while. He was the president and CEO. They made these customized driver's licenses for people. And did a great, it was huge success. So that's another good story.
College, I'd always remember him coming home from SMSU, and he'd come home on a Friday, and from that Wednesday on, I'd be so just pumped that he was coming in town. And I always thought it was amazing how he could study so hard during the week and then find the energy to drive home the 3 hours it took. When it was pitch black, then I soon realized that he wasn't doing much studying during the week at school. But other than that, it was still a good memory that I had.
My junior year at Rockhurst, and the gymnasium was packed full, and the seniors were getting their diplomas, and for whatever reason I was paying attention. It was kind of a long process, but I was totally watching. And Jeff went up there, and I think he was President Father Schneider. He was either principal or president. I think he was president. Stuck his hand out with the diploma to congratulate Jeff, and Jeff did one of these, and the whole auditorium erupted. And when Jeff finally put his hand out there to shake him, it was about a 2-minute handshake, and they had a lot of words. And when Jeff and I were laughing about it a couple weeks ago, he said that either Schneider or Mr. Herbick said that that's where they came up with the term perpetual jug. So I think that all goes back to Jeff, and he got a perpetual jug. And
this is the permanent record of Jeff Quinn. And
And Jeff, as you recall, we used demerit cards at Rockhurst, and so what I did is there were several demerit cards in here, and each kid was issued 3 each semester. You know, they ran 1 through 10, 10 through 20, and then 20 through 30. And what I did with Jeff's is I did blow it up a little bit so you could see what it looked like, but he went through demerit cards like they were going out of style. And this is his demerit card. This was his last one. They got a red card when they got 20 through 30, and you can see that he went through all those, and all these infractions, they were very small there, but you can see he did get through them in a hurry. And after I got through with 30, I really didn't know what to do with Jeff. He was the only one who had reached that pinnacle. So we adopted a special system for Jeff, and it was called Perpetual Jug. And so this was his Perpetual Jug card. So every demerit that Jeff got, we gave him a jug for that. And so that was the card that we used for him. And that was all out of his file. And you can see there's just plenty of stuff in there. So that was kind of what I remember of Jeff.
You know, the first time I was told she rides the short bus was from Jeff.
One thing I've always enjoyed about Jeff is his laughter. The fact that the guy can laugh at the drop of a dime. It makes you feel like you're the funniest guy in the world. And his laugh is contagious. It's unbelievable. And that's one unique feature that I think Jeff's, that I think really makes Jeff who he is.
Yeah, he makes you feel like you're the only guy in the room because he's laughing his ass off at you, and you're like Don Rickles.
That's right. Don Rickles.
Yeah.
Okay. Could have thrown out something like Chris Farley or Don Rickles.
I don't know where the fuck that came from either, but.
Oh, that's good. Will Ferrell, or somebody with some chops. Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, he was doinking some chick from like Nebraska or something like that.
Doinking. I don't think we still use that word for.
Well, Don
doinking.
Rickles does, goddamn.
Don Rickles. That's right. Doinking.
Here's a quick story. We were at Worlds of Fun, I don't know, 3-4 years ago. It was for Boo Fest. And so we're in October. It's very scary out there. They have lots of, graveyard themes and stuff like that. And we got on the octopus. We were the first ones on. So you know how the octopus, it goes up, and then you get the people, you put them down, and so he's got his kids in there with him, and so it's 10:10 in the morning, and we're all cold, and we're on the octopus, and it's moving a little bit, let other people in, moving a little bit, and when it would move, Jeff would yell in a voice that his voice has this amazing ability to carry for miles, and he would yell, "Oh yeah!" And his little compartment would turn around or whatever, like that was the fun part of the ride or something. But that's just kind of how he is. Everybody knew Jeff that day; they just didn't know they did. One of my innocent, drunken evenings when I was a 14, 15-year-old young lad at Rockhurst, I ended up getting actually beaten up on a Friday night at a McDonald's because I was a Rockhurst guy by some Center guys. Had to work the next day at Smokestack Barbecue and had to pull the night shift, which ended at 9. Jeff was supposed to pick me up. My mom and dad were out of town, so he was supposed to pick me up from work at 9 o'clock sharp. About 10 after 9, Jeff decided he was too busy making fake IDs while mom and dad were out of town that he sent a special ride for me. And as luck would have it, it were the people that beat me up on Friday night. So that's it was, let's just say it was a quiet ride on the way home. We were all singing "It's a Small World After All" on the ride home. So
Now, how many times have you guys fought over the years?
Jeff and I?
Yeah. You guys.
A couple times. He's like a brother. So we fought that one time in this car when I kept hitting him over the head with his stick shift. But that's about all I can remember of that.
I guess you had to get in a fight with him to get to be his buddy, but
yeah, that's how it worked.
But everybody. I mean, I was like, jealous of him in grade school because everybody wanted him, and Kelly Crawfords of the world wanted him, and which I never really quite got that one, but she never did it for me.
Yes, I guarantee she's going to be here.
Oh, fuck. Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna edit that shit out. Well, I can remember playing strip poker with God, who was that? Carolyn Efforts and
she's gonna be there too.
Diana Croker.
She won't be there.
I guess one of my fondest memories of Jeff as a child was the time that I believe it was David backed up the car and ran over his head.
That
do you remember
exactly
that? Or was it the other way? No,
You
Jeff backed the car
That's
up.
what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And actually ran over David's head, which explains a lot.
Listen, Jeff was 4, Scott was about 5.5, and Dave was a little over a year. And we were going to the drive-in one evening to see King Kong. And, they were so excited and all this. I was inside getting things ready.
And people say it's impossible for me to remember this, but my very first memory is looking back at Jeff after he had just run over me with my parents' car. I have tire tracks on my back and screw marks on my back and the tire track across my face. And looking back at Jeff after he bashed into the neighbor's car behind us.
He's sitting there holding the steering wheel going like this, and he says, "Does this mean we don't get to go see King Kong?"
But yeah, I should have known then to run, but I didn't, so.
And that just kind of set the tone for about the next 15 years of the things that he would do. But you're a good one, Jeff. We love you.
Well, this goes back about 15, 16 years ago when he was, my oldest daughter, Chris, graduated from college, and she was, we had a little party for her. And I'm kind of by some people might think I'm kind of a little bit of a neat freak. So we had the keg and all the beverages and everything out in the garage, and everybody was having a good old time. So I was inside doing a little bit of work, food or something like that. Hosting, yes. And when I came out, Jeff had taken a magic marker and had traced over every tool, appliance, spreaders, everything in my garage. He had traced around with the magic marker, and I couldn't believe the young man did that. But I was really, really upset. And but what are you going to do? It was done. I couldn't do much more than that. So I don't know. I've kind of forgotten it. I'm doing better now that I'm older and real old, and I don't remember things as well. It really has turned into be a positive because now I know where most everything goes. Yeah, it really works out pretty good. So, being as you did trash my garage years ago, I just want to say this one's for you. Oh, no, not this one. This one's for me. This one's for you. Okay?
But we had been sipping on the cocktails, probably been overserved by one of my older brothers. And decided to take the car out and drive down Holmes, and I'm coming down Holmes, the big hill before I think 99th Street, and ended up slamming on the brakes, and the car spun 3, maybe 4 times. And as it's spinning down the road, it's raining out. I'm looking at Jeff going, yes, indeed. Ultimately, we hit the curb and got home the next day. Dad was like, God, the car's running funny. I'm like, well, yeah. So, Dad, if you're listening to this, if you're here at this party, sorry. Probably the first time you might be hearing this. You're going to edit this, right?
Absolutely. All this
Who
stationery.
knows?
you know, he actually showed me a lot on how to have a very good time in life and how to make through it, how to get through life. I mean, he's really he provided the blueprint for me to make it through college, considering he couldn't make it in Springfield, or didn't make it in Springfield, and we had some very good times at UMKC together, and yeah, he's always been the one to show me exactly what it takes to have a good time, but yet at times be serious enough to make it through what you need to get through.
I never had an older brother in my life, and always wanted one, and I wanted him to be like Jeff Quinn. That's honest to God, I did. That guy is the funniest son of a bitch I ever met in my life. There's no two ways about it. He's the funniest guy I ever met in my life.
Who are we talking about? I might explain, by the way, the shades and the uniform. I'm not a police officer. I really just dress like this to attract women. And it does work, as a matter of fact. Here's evidence right here. Thank you, honey. Thank you. So,
God Almighty.
Yeah.
He's always shown how to have fun. You know, I mean, obviously there's a serious side to Jeff. I mean, he's done well at work, he's got promoted. But he also shows how to cut loose. And especially when this disease has attacked him, he's demonstrated amazing leadership in handling this and mocking it, laughing at it, rolling with it. You know, he doesn't take it, doesn't expect everybody to take it that seriously, even though it's a very serious thing. And but he's showing us how to live life still, even when you have essentially a death sentence, with vigor and with a positive attitude and a sense of humor, and even to the point where he just does not want to disrupt the lives of anyone, least of all his kids and Michelle, and he just wants to keep things going, and that's a very dignified and noble way to respond to this. And it's so rare, especially in this day, to see people who are handed these bad situations, how most people would deal with that. And he's shown us the right way to do that. It's very inspiring, I think.
Yeah, for the tough facade that the young Irish scrapper he is, he's really a gentle, caring guy, and it's proven. You can see it with his children and his wife.